off work, I've changed into my cozy clothes, and now it's time to make some dinner. So I'm gonna show you guys two of my favorite easy keto dinners that can be made in an Instant Pot. These are so simple, so they're great for when you come home from work and you've got no time, but you have to get dinner on the table. First up, I'm gonna show you how to make my Keto Lasagna Soup. This soup is hearty, it has tons of tomato flavor, and it's delicious. Your kids are gonna like it too. Then I'm gonna show you how to make my Keto Spicy Creamy Chicken and Rice. That's also cooked in the Instant Pot and it's absolutely phenomenal. You could actually use it as a dip too and just scoop it up with some pork rinds. It's one of my favorites. So let's get started. First up, I'm going to show you how to make my Keto Lasagna Soup. Like I mentioned before, this soup is hearty, it has tomato in it, ground beef, and it's delicious. I'm going to be using a shirataki noodle in my soup. You don't have to use that if you don't want to, like if you don't really like the texture of shirataki noodles. You can substitute with just some cauliflower rice, chunks of cauliflower, or even some sheets of zucchini noodles. That would be perfect in this recipe too. It'd be like you were actually having lasagna. This recipe will probably take you around 10 or 15 minutes to make. The soup is only cooked on high at 5 minutes under the pressure cooker. Start by adding 2 tablespoons of olive oil to the inside liner of your pressure cooker. Then add 1 pound of ground beef, a half a cup of chopped onion, 1 cup of chopped celery, and 2 minced garlic cloves into the pot. We're going to saute this until the beef is browned. Next, we're gonna add 1 full can of diced tomatoes. Make sure you save the liquid too, don't drain it off. And then 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. You could totally omit this if you're not wanting to open up a can of tomato paste. It's still gonna taste excellent. You'll also need 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Look for a low sugar variety. 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, 1 bay leaf, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Then add 4 cups of chicken broth. And I actually like to make my own chicken broth. I'll have a link up here where you can just click and it will show you how I like to make chicken broth. It's actually turkey broth, but you could just throw in chicken parts to there too and it turns out the same. And also that full recipe is gonna be linked down below too. And we're also gonna add our shirataki noodles at this point too. So this is 1 full package that I'm adding into the broth. These are the shirataki noodles I'm going to use today. They're by Zero Oodle. I like them because they actually have oat fiber in them too. They're very, very low in carbs, hardly anything. I think it's like 1 gram of carb per serving in this, which is 1/4 of a packet, so it's a lot of noodles. But the oat fiber just gets rid of that weird texture that shirataki noodles tend to have. So it's more of an actual noodle texture. So this is my favorite. Look out for this one, but like I said, any brand will work, and you could use cauliflower rice if you wanted to. Then replace the lid, plug it in, and we're gonna pressure cook this for 5 minutes on high. I like to do a natural release for around 2 to 3 minutes before completely releasing the pressure. Top with mozzarella cheese and a scoop of ricotta cheese. Next up, I'm going to show you how to make that Keto Spicy Creamy Chicken and Rice. For this recipe, I'm going to add 1.5 to 2 pounds of chicken thighs to your chili. We're also going to add 1.5 cups of chicken broth to my Instant Pot, 1 can of diced tomatoes with the juice too, 1 small can of diced green chilies, 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon of dried oregano, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Whisk all of those ingredients together until they're combined. We're also going to add 1 package of cream cheese that I've cubed up into small chunks and just place that around the chicken. Secure the lid on your Instant Pot and make sure your valve is set to seal, and then we're going to pressure cook this on high for 15 minutes. Let your pressure release naturally for 10 minutes before releasing the valve. To shred up your chicken, I have an easy tip for you, and that's to use your hand mixer. So just whip out your hand mixer and blend everything together. It's gonna shred the chicken up beautifully. You could also take your chicken out and shred it with 2 forks or just cut it up with a knife, but this is so easy just to mix it up with the hand mixer. You don't have to get splatter all over your kitchen counters. It's a perfect way to shred chicken. And that's it, it's ready to serve. You could top it with some sour cream, some cilantro, cheese, bacon crumbles. It's delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed today's recipes. Let me know down in the comments below what your favorite thing to make in the Instant Pot is. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel.